Shalom and welcome to the Ketef Hinnom site here at the Begin Center. The site, whose name means shoulder of Hinnom, is located on the main road that passed between Bethlehem and Jerusalem. In ancient times, it was an important road junction on the border of the lands of Judea and Benjamin. This spot where you are presently located is close to the drainage divide line, where the route of the mountain road passed. Thanks to the location of this hill, all who came to Jerusalem and the city of David had to pass here. The location of this site, high on a hill with its amazing view, is not only beautiful, it is also of strategic importance. Whoever controls this hill controls the southern entrance to Jerusalem, as well as a large area of western Jerusalem. The name of the hill originates from the nearby Ben Hinnom Valley that lies below the walls of the old city. During archaeological excavations conducted here during the 1970s by Dr. Gabi Markai, many remains from various eras, starting from the First Temple up to the Roman Byzantine periods, were found. We will focus on one of the major findings, which was the crowning glory of the excavations conducted here, the burial caves from the First Temple period. The rock-hewn burial chambers in front of you are dated to approximately the 6th century BCE and are related to the days of the Judean kings in the First Temple period. From the first cave in front of you, numbered 24, we can clearly understand that the burial process in those times was completely different than that of our time. The dead body was laid inside the cave on a stone bench, with a concave at one end, serving as a support for the head. For an unspecified period of time, the body was left on the bench. After the body had decomposed, or the need occurred for the bench for another body, the bones left of the person, along with their personal belongings, were moved to a hollow ditch under the bench, called a ma'asafah, or repository. There, the bones were placed alongside former family members who previously passed away. This way of burial may be the source of the biblical expression, gathered to their ancestors. Over the years, most of the ceilings of the burial caves collapsed, exposing the burial benches. Although most of the repositories were not physically harmed, they were found empty due to the work of grave robbers. An exception is this repository in the cave in front of you, which was left complete and its contents intact, thanks to a partial collapse of the ceiling that buried all of its treasures. The repository was found with the bones of 95 dead people and thousands of items like pottery, coins, and beads. The most impressive among these findings were 2 tiny silver scrolls that were inscribed with ancient Hebrew writing. Opening the scrolls without causing damage to them required advanced and complicated technology. The writing was deciphered, depicting a short version of 3 sentences from Deuteronomy that are known as the priestly blessing. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord shine his face upon you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. This finding is the most ancient example known of a biblical text from the First Temple period. Besides these burial caves, additional findings from other periods were discovered. These include graves of soldiers from the 10th Roman Legion that held a siege over Jerusalem at the end of the Second Temple period, and the remains of a Byzantine church. Looking up from where you are standing, you can see the St. Andrew's Scottish Church, built in 1929 in memory of the Scottish soldiers in the British Army who fell in World War I. This archaeological site was renovated in 2018 by the Menachem Begin Heritage Center, with the cooperation of the Israel Antiquities Authority and the Jewish National Fund in France.
We're talking about the priestly blessing, and the original is at the Israeli Museum, and it's so small, it's like less than a finger.
May we also suggest a visit
And
to the nearby Bible
what you saw is that room, cave 24. You can see the main room, I call it the entrance, the yard, the main yard, and there are a few tombs area, burial site. You can see 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We talked about and right there they found the priestly blessing, right there. Then you can see where they put the head of the dead people, and after they compose or they needed that space for a different one, they put everything in the pit, in the Ma'asifa, which, as you know, you can see everything there. Then few different tombs. It's a totally different system from the second temple time. And this is beautiful. We are in the 6th century BC burial site. It's July 2020, Israel, Jerusalem. Ketef Hinnom.